TSSAA is pushing against legislation that would expand transfer eligibility for student athletes. Good evening, I'm Latricia Thomas.
And I'm Josh Rowe. Previous rules required student athletes who transferred from one school to another to wait one calendar year before they can participate again.
The association approved a rule change that would allow for the new bill. News Channel 9's Maggie Weaver has more on this issue. Maggie.
Josh, Latricia, the TSSAA's transfer rules have been a hot topic, especially after their council didn't approve a Baylor school proposal for a one-time transfer back in February. And with Tennessee's newly signed school voucher program, the TSSAA faced pressure to find eligibility for students who accept those vouchers. So the association changed their rules to allow a one-time transfer under certain circumstances for those students. But now one state lawmaker wants to submit those rules by changing the law.
We make a child who does not move for a bona fide change of address sit for an entire academic year, a fourth of their high school athletic participation. And so we begin to talk about, is that fair?
Some state lawmakers say there's a lack of accountability and representation for parents and students in the TSSAA, which Senator Adam Lowe says causes some distrust of the association.
What we discovered was that TSSAA does not have a voice for students and parents. Not only do they not have a voice at the table in how they make decisions and govern, they have effectively created an opportunity to insulate themselves from lawsuits for those people to have recourse. And they've done that since 1968.
The major disagreement is about whether the finality of making transfer rules into law is wise. Local coaches tell us the TSSAA sent out a letter asking them to tell their local representatives to vote no. In that letter, those coaches say the TSSAA argued they believe state laws on the issue will open up the door for litigation that could one day lead to a free transfer policy in the state. But some lawmakers worry the TSSAA will go back on its current rule if it's not in writing, ultimately hurting students.
They're constantly forced to make decisions between whether they continue to do this thing that they love, that's an essential part of their mental health and belonging, or if they go to the place they really want. We make them choose between academics and athletics.
Coaches tell us the letter also mentioned the TSSAA thinks its legislative council is better positioned than the state legislator to quickly change the rule if it doesn't work as intended. Senator Lowe says,
"It seems a little disingenuous to me to create rules and then ask us to say, well, we don't want you to write them down. We want you to trust us."
I posted a poll on social media asking parents if they think the TSSAA's transfer rules benefit their student athletes. Right now, you can see here 73% voted no, while only 27% said yes. Senator Lowe also told me if the rules are eventually loosened up for those students, he doesn't believe it will cause chaos. Instead, he says it could allow coaches and schools the ability to better maintain their athletic programs. Now, we did reach out to the TSSAA and other coaches from our area to discuss their opinions on the bill, but no one else was able to comment. Josh.
Maggie, thank you. The TSSAA bill was on the calendar to be discussed by the lawmakers today, but because of that severe weather in Middle Tennessee, it was moved to next Monday.